Hey there, and welcome into another exciting episode of A for Effort. I'm your host, Matt, and as always, we start off giving thanks to our unofficial sponsor of the podcast, AMC A-List. $19.95 a month gets you 3 movies a week at local AMC theaters in your area. Check AMC.com for theater listings and offer availability. On today's episode, we're going to break down the 21st installment in the mega franchise that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Captain Marvel. I will admit, I went in with medium to low expectation. I don't know very much about Captain Marvel. I know the basics, but I have not really followed her as well as I've followed, say, a Spider-Man or an Avengers or an X-Men when it comes to the overall Marvel Comics. But I'm so happy to have come out of this movie and just be wowed. It was outstanding, and it's just another notch in the belt for Kevin Feige and the Marvel team. The Marvel Studios is just continuously knocking it out of the park. Like I said, 21 movies in. 21 movies, and they have yet to make a bad one. Yes, there are some ones that are on the lower end of good, but they continue to make good to great films over and over and over again. It's not to be compared with the Fox brand of Marvel or the Sony brand of Marvel. This is Marvel Studios, and they continue to notch win after win at the box office with these movies. And like I said, Captain Marvel is no different. The new additions to the Marvel Cinematic Universe: Brie Larson, Jude Law, Annette Bening, Lashana Lynch, all outstanding. And some returning names that will just blow you away that they did some de-aging tech on some of them and it looked outstanding. Clark Gregg returns as Agent Phil Coulson. Sam Jackson returns as Nick Fury. Lee Pace returns as Ronan the Accuser. Deshmon Hansu returns as Korath. What an outstanding movie this was. It was just everything you want from a Marvel movie and then some. It was an interesting origin story. They didn't just go straightforward linear through time like an Iron Man or a Captain America or a Thor. They did something interesting and did it where she's already superpowered. She's already out in space working with the Kree on the Kree Star Command, and they told her origin through her memories. She's lost her memories and she's going to slowly regain them through the course of the film. And like I said, it was a great movie. It's one thing to make a movie about feminism or to make a movie that stars a female and you have to set it up to star the female. This movie could have starred anybody, a male or female, and it would have been a good movie. And that's how you know you did it right, was when you don't need to gender identify the main character. And Brie Larson just knocked Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, out of the park. It was just, her childlike wonder was amazing. Her brash kind of cockiness was just out of this world. It was super amazing. There's some scenes, I don't want to go deep into spoilers, and I will let you know that this is going to be spoiler free, but there's some scenes where she's fighting without her abilities, and you can just see how much of a badass she is because she doesn't need her powers to whoop the crap out of some Skrulls, and it is super, super fun to watch. And there's a lot of great twists and turns. I didn't think we were going to get a traditional origin story for Captain Marvel, and to say it we didn't would be an understatement. They took the traditional origin and kind of added and removed based on certain aspects of the film that would work more in a cinematic form than, say, on a page in the comic book. I mean, for anybody, not just a comic book reader, but for anybody to hear the word Psyche Magnetron would have been a lot for everyone. So they changed it up a bit, but it didn't take away from the film that I got to watch. It was genuinely amazing. I really, loved her. Sam Jackson. We need more of this. We need more. Not that I need to see these characters de-aged, but I want to see more of the supporting characters, the Nick Furies, the Phil Coulsons, get to their spot in the sun to show their origins and their backstories, because it was great to see Nick Fury, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., not director of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was awesome. Phil Coulson plays a small role, but I've had 6 years of a TV show to kind of get to fall in love with Coulson, so I don't need a lot of Coulson to be oh man, I need his origin, because I've had 6 years to kind of fall in love with that character. So again, outstanding film. Lashana Lynch plays Maria Rambeau, and we got to meet her daughter, Monica Rambeau, and she was a great part of the film. And push come to shove, we're talking 23 years in the future when Endgame comes around. Shoot, she might be Spectrum or Miss Marvel by the time we roll around to Endgame. Who knows? She might be one of the surprise characters in the film who we don't know. That's exciting. to see if that's the case. You know, I love the fact that Marvel has laid the groundwork for some future characters. You know, Monica Rambeau is one of them in this film. We met Helen Cho in Age of Ultron. You know, she's the mother of Amadeus Cho. We met Aaron Davis, played by Donald Glover, in Spider-Man Homecoming, who is the uncle to Miles Morales. So you know these characters exist in the universe, and we're just going to build to that. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I think it's a great thing that we can build towards having legacy characters rather than having to recast. And I love that. I love legacy. I think going the legacy format is better than recasting and doing what DC or even some of the X-Men franchises or even Spider-Man, for that instance, we're on our third Spider-Man, have had to do, which is recast the role. I love the fact that we are heading towards legacy characters rather than, you know, handing the torch off to another character rather than having to recast our beloved Iron Mans or Captain Americas, you know. And I love the fact that over time now, Marvel has done something that other franchises haven't really had the ability to do, which is build more franchises off of one. Iron Man started something back in 2008 that can never be taken away. And here we are 21 movies later, and characters like Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Captain Marvel will take the mantles of the Iron Man, the Captain America, the Thor before them, and be able to continue these franchises into the future. Start a new Avengers team that everyone will go see, because who wouldn't want to see Captain Marvel on screen next to Black Panther? You know, who wouldn't want to see Black Panther on the screen next to Ant-Man again? You know, it's just fun. And I'm excited because who knows what Endgame holds. The post-credit scenes were great. The first one just blew my socks off. I was not expecting that at all. I was so blown away by just the sheer anticipation of Endgame now because of the first post-credit scene. And the second one was just, you know, Marvel always does the serious, here's what's next, and the comedic one most of the time. You know, sometimes they hit you with two serious ones, but this one was a comedic end of the film, but it was also essential to the plot of the film, and I really had a fun time. Hats off to the team, Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, Kevin Feige. They just knocked this one out of the park again. A+ from A for Effort. They really did a great job, and I've seen it twice already, and I just enjoyed myself. It really was a great movie. You know, I'm excited where the future holds. You know, I had one hiccup in the movie that I felt was handled a little roughly. I read online that diehard Marvel fans would have an issue with the plot hole, but I just don't see the plot hole that everyone else is seeing. Maybe I guess I'm not a diehard if I haven't seen the plot hole, I guess. But I seem to think I am a diehard and I didn't see a plot hole. But there was one little thing, one minor detail that I was kind of upset about. But after having read an interview with Kevin Feige, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm not as upset as I was. And I look forward to where a sequel to this movie and the future of Marvel goes from here. It's just 21 movies, man. 21 movies, and the 21st movie is just as good as number one. And like Iron Man to Captain Marvel, like these movies just keep getting better and better, and I'm so glad I'm along for the ride. Check out all the rest of our reviews on the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know how we're doing on these episodes. Are you liking them? All comments help. I have been your host, Mac. Come back to us next time on another exciting episode of A for Effort when we will have another quality movie review.